Something big is brewing in Pittsburgh, and it's not your average off-season buzz. Behind the closed doors of the Steelers' front office, a decision is looming, one that could redefine not only the upcoming season, but potentially bring an end to the legendary Mike Tomlin era. For nearly 2 decades, Tomlin has been the face of consistency in the NFL. He's never had a losing season, a feat unmatched in the modern era. He commands respect, builds culture, and finds ways to keep the Steelers competitive year after year, even when the odds are stacked against them. But the winds of change are blowing. After finishing the 2024 season with a brutal 5-game losing streak, the whispers of doubt are getting louder. The narrative is shifting, and it's no longer unthinkable to ask, is Mike Tomlin running out of time? The Aaron Rodgers effect. At the heart of this story lies a potential quarterback shakeup involving none other than Aaron Rodgers, the enigmatic 4-time MVP, whose name has been linked to the Steelers for months. And depending on how this plays out, it could either revive the franchise's fortunes or blow it all up. According to Batko of the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette, there's a very real possibility that if the Rodgers experiment doesn't go according to plan, Tomlin and the Steelers might mutually agree to part ways next off-season. Tomlin can only outrun the results for so long, Batko said. Last year he gambled on Russell Wilson. Now it feels like he's about to double down with Rodgers. If it fails again, both sides may decide it's time to walk away. That's a huge statement, but it's not baseless. The Wilson gamble and why it matters, let's rewind. In 2024, Tomlin went all in on Russell Wilson after an early season injury. Even though Justin Fields held down the fort with a 4-2 record, Tomlin didn't blink. Wilson got the job back in Week 7, and for a moment, it looked like the right move. The Steelers rattled off 6 wins in Wilson's first 7 starts, but then came the crash. A total collapse in the final stretch sent the team spiraling, and Tomlin refused to pivot. He stuck with Wilson through the storm, and the team sank with him. That loyalty to his guy cost the Steelers dearly. Now, with Rodgers being floated as the next man under center, the stakes are even higher. Because if Rodgers joins, this isn't just another quarterback signing. This is a franchise-altering decision. Who's really pulling the strings? Steelers insider Ray Fittipaldo recently suggested that Tomlin is the one leading the charge for Rodgers, possibly even steering the entire operation. It looks like Tomlin is driving the Rodgers hype train, Fittipaldo said on 93.7 The Fan. Art Rooney and the front office seem to be deferring to him. And when free agents consider Pittsburgh, let's be honest, it's because they want to play for Mike Tomlin. That's a powerful endorsement, but also a double-edged sword. If Rodgers signs and thrives, it'll be seen as Tomlin's masterstroke. But if the plan flops, the blame won't be shared. It will land squarely on his shoulders. And here's the twist. If Rodgers doesn't sign, that too could be damaging. Because right now the Steelers are operating as if Rodgers is the plan. They passed on quarterbacks in the draft. They haven't signed another vet to compete. The path seems clear, and it's pointing straight toward Rodgers. The clock is ticking. If Rodgers does come to Pittsburgh, it won't be for a rebuild. It will be to win, right now. And that adds a new layer of urgency to Tomlin's already tight timeline. But what happens if the offense sputters? What if Rodgers gets hurt again, or can't adapt to the Steelers' system? What if the losing streak continues? In that scenario, the pressure will be impossible to ignore. The fan base, the media, even the front office may start looking at the future beyond Mike Tomlin. And for a coach who's been the embodiment of stability, that's a hard pill to swallow. What happens next? This is more than just a quarterback decision. It's a legacy gamble. Tomlin is betting on his ability to bring in Rodgers, build chemistry fast, and push the Steelers back into true contention. But if it all falls apart, it could mark the end of one of the most remarkable coaching runs the NFL has ever seen. Steelers Nation, you've been riding with Coach T for 18 seasons. But now, the ride might be approaching its final stop. Would you go all in on Rodgers? Would you give Tomlin one more year, no matter what happens? Or is it time to start thinking about the next chapter in Pittsburgh? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And don't forget to like and subscribe if you're riding with the black and gold, no matter what the future holds.